In this video, we are going to start the Africa series. From now on, we are going to speed up while also covering all the crucial Vedic connections of every culture. Our topic today is Egypt, the most complex extinct civilization with no information about their purpose of existence. Egypt has always been confusing even for historians and experts. No one knows why the Pyramid of Giza was made. Are they coffins of Egyptian kings? No one knows the purpose of gigantic Egyptian temples. No one knows what the carvings on the stones are trying to tell us. And as of today, there are just theories explaining their purpose, but nothing has been confirmed. I myself have no exact and precise answer on why the Pyramid of Giza exists, why the Egyptian temples exist. What is their purpose? But in phase 2a, connectivity, all we have to prove is the Vedic connection of a culture. So if we manage to prove that even Egyptians are direct followers of Sanatan Satya, the world will tremble. While looking at the pyramid of the Egyptian gods, it does not resemble any Vedic god, right? Nor does the Egyptian temple be any close similar to Vedic temples. Then how can Egypt also be a remnant of Vedic glory? Let us find out the truth. A re-evaluation of the Vedas. Western scholars invented the term henotheism to describe how any one of the many Vedic gods could represent all the gods, a situation that prevails among the Puranic gods as well. We should note that they used the same term for the ancient Egyptian religion, which had a similar view of multiplicity in unity among its many gods. The Vedic and Egyptian sun gods follow the same model they call henotheism, being both the one god in essence and many different gods in function. This is a type of universal monism that sees the same divine reality in many names and forms, a much broader view than exclusive monotheism. Many symbols are common to ancient Egypt and India, including the worship of the sun and sun kings, the sacred bull, the hawk or falcon, and the seeking of immortality or salvation as the main goal of life. Indeed, the Vedic ritual of the Yajur Veda reflects a similar spirit to the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Like the Vedic, the Egyptians not only had a love of magic and the occult, but with their symbols like the cobra at the crown of the head, suggest a knowledge of yoga as well. Yet such connections have been ignored because they are cultural rather than linguistic on the basis. Egyptian culture endured from 3000 BCE down to the early Christian era. Isis and Osiris were worshipped in Rome as well as in the Old Kingdom of Egypt. Similarly, Vedic deities need not be limited to the later eras in which they are still mentioned. Their worship extends back to the 3000 BCE date that we commonly find in Puranic texts as marking the beginning of the Kali Yuga. In India today we find the same types of rituals and temple worship still being practiced as once occurred in ancient Egypt and Babylonia. That this type of spiritual ancient civilization has survived only in India suggests how deep-seated and original it must have been in the country. Now let us compare some Egyptian gods with the Vedic gods. In Egyptian mythology, Apis or Hapis, spelled as happy Ang, is a bull deity that was worshipped in the Memphis region. Apis served as an intermediary between humans and an all-powerful god, originally Ptah, later Osiris, then Atum. This Ptah, vocalized as Pitaha in ancient Egyptian, could be derived from Sanskrit word Pitaha, which means father, or and Shiva Purana clearly states that Nandi, sacred bull, is the intermediary between humans and Lord Shiva. That is why we find Nandi in front of all Shiva lingas in Hindu temples, and people are advised to visit Nandi first, before worshipping Shiva. He could also be another form of Vishnu, mixed forms in Egypt, as in the triad of Memphis, Ptah is the spouse of Shakewit and the father of Nephitim. He was also regarded as the father of the sage Imhotep. Shakewit is shown as a goddess of fire, war, vengeance, healing, and medicine with a lion face. Shakewit's name comes from the ancient Egyptian word, Shekhem, which means power. In Hinduism, Shiva and Shakti are the couple, which maintain these creation cycles. Shakti, worshipped as Durga and other forms in Hinduism, uses lion as her vehicle. Notice how Sekhmet, shaking from ancient Egypt, is so much similar to Shakti or Sakti with the exact same meaning. But why do Egyptian gods have the face of an animal in most of the cases? I mean that Hindu gods have animals as their vahang or vehicle. The answer lies in simple logic sometimes. It is just a game of perception. The Egyptian cultures had a cultural way of depicting gods like this before Kali Yuga too. Well, you can easily deny me right now. But wait till the end of the video and you have to decide for yourself. Another interesting Egyptian god is Nefertiti, who was, in Egyptian mythology, originally a lotus flower at the creation of the world, who had arisen from the primal waters. Now, this is close to the creation of Brahma, who is said to have been born from a lotus flower that emerged from the navel of Lord Vishnu, who was sleeping on an ocean of Milky Way or galaxy. The three combined symbols in the hand of Ptah indicate the three creative powers of the god: power, vis, life, Ankh, and stability, Jad. They sound similar to the description of Trimurti, the three supreme gods which are one at the end: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. In fact, Jad pillar is associated with Osiris, the Egyptian god of the afterlife, the underworld, and the dead. It is commonly understood to represent his spine. This is very much similar to Velayudham in the hands of Lord Murugan, Subramanya Swami or Kumara Swami, which represents the backbone and skull attached to it at the top, Skanda Purana. Ancient Egyptian pendants represent lions or bulls, as seen at Walter's Museum. All these evidences indicate that the earliest explorers of Europe and Africa were practitioners of Vedic Dharma. The river, Nile, bears the Sanskrit name Nil, indicating her blue waters. We all know how important the Nile River is. Vedas and Egyptian pyramid texts. The picture shows Egyptian Manu equals Nama. The pyramid texts are unique. Those who read it will be reminded of Hindu Vedas. They are presented in the form of utterances, declarations, either in the voice of kings or gods. In the case of Vedas, it was rishis or gods. The texts were older than the known kings. They have come from a pre-dynastic period. The texts are full of magic. Much of the texts are written in the form of dialogues like our Upanishads and Puranas. Scholars find it difficult to translate it just like all Vedas. Many of the texts are similar to Vedic hymns. The Book of Dead is also similar to Hindu scriptures. Misra Desa. Egypt is known as Misra Desa in Sanskrit literature. Misra means mixed. As the meaning suggests, the Misra Desa was a country of complexity. All the temples had carvings with hidden meaning, their text, their pyramids. Their existence and their purpose were not understandable to common people. Only the intellectual people could understand their purpose. Only the name Misra has enough power to find answers to all of our questions. The Arabic name for Egypt is Masr equals Misra in Sanskrit. The Hebrew word for Egypt is Misraim. In the English Bible it was translated as Misri. All these correspond with Sanskrit Misra. So, nearly all of ancient civilizations are indicating Egypt is complex and not easy to understand. So how can these large pyramids be the grave of any king? We will get back to it. Let us look at other similarities. Board games. The world's oldest board game is in India, Indonesia, Mayan civilization and several African countries including Egypt. It is called Palanguzi in Tamil Mankala in Africa. It has bought hundreds of names around the world and dozens of versions of play. A limestone board from ancient Egypt had 3 rows of 14 holes. It is also cut on rocks in temples at Thebes, Luxor and Karnak. The Egyptians were enthusiastic board game players. They developed a variety of games with counters in the form of animals. Some of these, the lions and the dogs for example, were like Indian games, Adupuli Atom in Tamil. Mention of invasion from an Arya king in ancient Aryabhrata in Egypt, Sahadevan invaded Misra Desham and defeated them, sees Mahabharat. Subanu's inscription also confirmed it. The sea people and Hyksos who invaded Egypt may be South Indians and Sri Lankans, from Lanka, the land of Yakshas, Hyksos. Too similar to Agnor, isn't it? Deacon linen. Now scholars have established that the deacon linen found in Egyptian mummies and palaces came from India. W. H. Koff said that India and Egypt had commercial contacts in the 3rd millennium BC. Muslin and spices were exported from India. Hindu architect of the pyramids looking at an unfolded architectural scroll and wearing Hindu, Vaishnav V-shaped marks on his body. Vedic altars were constructed in different shapes. The popular one was eagle or Garuda. Eagle or Garuda was praised in the Vedas, in the epics and in the Puranas. Brahmins used to read Garuda Purana in the bereaved houses for the good of the departed soul in the other world. In Egypt, falcon or nagbet as a vulture is associated with dead people. We see a beautiful golden collar on the chest of Tutankhamun's mummy. Nagbet is in the form of an eagle. Nag plus bet may be a corrupted Sanskrit word. Naga plus vata equals one who kills snakes.